Today, Precarious plays
The Legend of Zelda Minish-sized.
I don't know what about video games makes people happy anymore. You know what, let's just start with that. We just tried to play for a while, and then there was a Dark Nut incident that we're gonna get back to soon. And I just... this might come as a surprise, but the waning hours of Minish Cap are giving me like an existential games crisis. Like, what's fun about video games? What's the point of playing these? I'm just stunned. I'm just upset. Because they changed the rules in this subtle way for the upcoming mid-boss. I'll point it out when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat there for like 5 minutes straight, essentially giving Audette garbage advice. And I was being pretty harsh because I was getting mad because it wasn't working, and it was impossible for me to tell, is it because Audette's not executing it well? Like, what's happening here? And I was just thinking, like, after the enemy was eventually defeated, it's a situation where, how would someone figure that out? Not everyone has someone that is so familiar with games and like inputting information into a controller and observing it and recording it and parsing it. Not everybody can be like, okay, I have a mental catalog of all of the moves that you have in this game. I'm going to try each of them, and I'm going to be extremely confident that it connected and the move was used properly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was thinking about it, and what I eventually landed on whenever I yanked the controller away and said, no, let me do it. I tried using the rolling thrust attack, and it worked reasonably well. But only because of like this precise little dance that I was doing, where I was starting the rolling thrust like as the Dark Nut approached me.
Mm-hmm.
And I could describe that situation on paper, and someone could reasonably interpret it like a dozen different ways. A dozen different people playing this video game could be like, okay, so I need to use the rolling thrust whenever the Dark Nut's sword is out of the way, like the shield is out of the way?
Yeah. I'm still not feeling great about trying to fight that. I think I have... What I'm going to try to do is bait the Dark Nut into doing that attack that's unblockable.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because that opens up the biggest vulnerability window, and then just doing that. I just realized that the reason that I can't jump down is because I don't have the rock escape on. I got stuck. Okay, but that's my plan right now, because I can't quite do like the thrust that you're talking about reliably.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and it's if you can't do the thrust reliably, how are you even supposed to check to see if that is the appropriate move to use? I still couldn't tell you with absolute certainty that it's the most appropriate attack for the scenario. I'm being a little gung-ho.
Did I just blow myself off the level? Okay.
Yes. There are two ways to do this. You can either put a bomb down and then step onto the platform as it's about to explode, and you'll take some damage, but definitely open the path.
Yeah.
Or you have to throw it like right as it starts to pulse, because if you throw it any sooner, it will fall into the pit, but if you throw it any later, it will just blow up on you or in midair.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, you have to wait until it So it goes red and then it pulses.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry, the sprite expands and contracts.
Oh.
See, too late.
Yeah. Okay. Roof. Oh. Why?
Jump across with the rock skate.
Yeah, I'm just mad, much like you are, but I'm also trying to drive angry right now.
Mm-hmm. And I'm embarrassed because I was really mad at you, and then I was like, I know that the strategy I was telling you about works, and additional dark nuts spawn in these rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and fought them, and sure enough, yeah, the advice I gave was fine advice, but not for a dark nut in black armor.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was
it's not a fairy yet, man.
I know. I'm mad. And I'm trying to calm down. I'm trying to calm down and remember that I need to use the boomerang instead of the sword because metal is conductive, and boomerangs are not as conductive. Okay. Alright, so I have a plan. No!
And you need to be at full health anyway.
Yeah.
We're very nearly full health.
Mm-hmm. Hang on, I'll just walk back into this room. Oh, it's hard for me to talk right now.
Mm-hmm. It's hard for me to talk as right now as well because I'm having like I think my favorite hobby is dumb.
Oh no,
moment.
no.
No, this happens every few months.
In a while.
Every few months doing the show with you. Like it's something that I think about with regards to like the intersection of accessibility and difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
Like accessibility, there's a growing awareness that games should be. So the thing that I agree with is that video games, very broadly speaking, you should take your fairy off. Games, very broadly speaking, they generally should not have... Yeah, I'm going to talk about this subject, and you just focus on that. Games should not be withheld from people because of, say, like, a physical... because of a diminished physical state.
Mm-hmm.
Just because someone...
Oh, that's okay. No, it's not okay.
If someone has... like is missing an eye, and they lack depth perception, there should not be like a puzzle on a 3DS game that requires you to put the game in 3D mode to have any chance of figuring it out. Something like that. That's not a great example. Here's a more common example. I don't know why I went for that one. If someone has like red-green color blindness, there should be an accessibility mode that changes the team color, like the team color indicator, to like red and blue instead of like red and green, because then you just wind up with one big happy family. Everybody's just on yellow team. And that I agree with, but I also, even then, I recognize that sometimes I feel like it's a very consumer-centric viewpoint, and the snooty artist in me says, no, somebody can make a game that just you just have to have all of like the standard appointment, all of the sort of standard array to play it, and that just has to be fine because that's they're not making a consumer product. Well, I mean, I don't think that they should be. They're making an art to express an idea, So like Guitar Hero, for example, I don't think that there's any point in having like an accessibility mode to Guitar Hero that lets you use a controller that isn't one of the silly plastic guitar controllers. Because it's like, then are you even playing Guitar Hero? What are you doing if you're not using the silly little plastic ukulele? And some people would say that that's callous, and I would just say, no, you're thinking of it as a consumer product. Don't forget that you need a red potion. You don't have any more fairies.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now. I am hating this so much because I know that I need to be dodging that big attack, and I keep not dodging that big attack, and it's making me really frustrated.
Can you roll through him while his sword is raised for that attack?
I don't know. That sounds like a thing to try.
Because that is functionally how you beat them in Wind Waker. You just, the roll prompt was on the A button, and it was a dibba-da-da. Remember?
Yeah.
The dibba-da-da-ts? Yeah.
Let me drink this real fast.
So it's a very like consumer-centric viewpoint where it's like anybody that pays for this should be able to get the full experience. And I would say you're treating it like it's a game in isolation, and it's not. To someone, I would say play a different game. I'm sorry. I feel for you that if you really, for whatever reason, you just have your heart set on playing Guitar Hero and you have a physical problem that prevents that, I would just say, there are other rhythm games that don't rely on the gimmicky guitar controller, and just try that instead. Because I just can't decide where the line is. Because it feels, to me, it feels like a gradient where every artist, every designer behind a game has to pick.
Okay.
What?
I'm gonna freak out. I can't deal with losing against this stupid thing.
Well, it's impossible not to do now. You don't have any more healing items, and you're backed into a corner. What do you want to do?
Oh, I don't know. I'm open to suggestions.
There is nothing. We've tried all of the items, and none of the items we have, like most of the items we have no effect on the enemy. The only thing I didn't try was running into it with the Pegasus boots, because that seems stupid.
Are we towards the end of an episode where I could restore and try again, or like... What?
Yes, we are at the end of an episode. I mean, I was talking about accessibility or some junk. This is my point. And then we'll stop the episode and figure out what to do here. My point is that Audette suffers from some level of dyslexia. And I don't think that her enjoyment of a game should be diminished because of that. But I also know that Audette used what I view as an accessibility option as a difficulty modifier in Spider-Man, in Marvel's Spider-Man. Because Audette turned the QuickTime events off, and I don't think it's because... I don't think that was warranted. I don't think she should have been allowed to do that, because it's not that she was physically incapable of doing that, of responding to them.
QuickTime events.
Yeah, but it's not because you have like a cognitive disability, a cognitive disadvantage that prevents you from responding to them quickly enough. You were just kind of being lazy.
I was kind of being lazy. I don't like how it ruins really intense scenes.
And that's why I sort of let it slide and I didn't give you any crap about it.
Until now, when
it's, I think, funnier.
Yeah.
But that's my point. I think that what it might be doing is it might be creating a situation where people that could do things, they could achieve just feats to feel proud of in like the media, the games that they're playing. They're just stripping that junk out and not learning to do it, and saying that doesn't seem fun, and then throwing their hands up and forgetting about it, you know? Just forget it. I don't care. Just give me the give me the 2 or 3 things that I'm already good at. Let's go. You know? Like the easy automatic mode in Bayonetta, that's what started this for me, thinking about this years ago. Hearing my little brother be like, I beat Bayonetta, and I'm feeling such pride, and then I started talking about what Bayonetta is actually about. The game, like the intense...
The combat?
Yeah, the game part of the video game, and he just wanted to talk about the story, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And then he sort of sheepishly revealed to me that he beat it on easy automatic, and my first thought was, then you didn't beat Bayonetta. You didn't play Bayonetta. We played 2 completely different games. I played this intense, score-focused, extreme action game that was very demanding and rewarding, and you watched kind of like mid-tier, over-the-top anime drama that had a really crazy, complicated like scene selection menu. Or you have to press the A button and wiggle the stick around to get to the next scene. It's very bizarre.
I am fully angry.